let's we'll give everybody just a few minutes here to jump in. So try to make sure that so I'm gonna use you as an example here of some close combat stuff and just show you guys some real basic things. And this isn't gonna be obviously live fire right now, so don't shoot me. I might shoot you because I can't pen you anyway. So brawling, there's two forms of brawling as far as most people consider it. There's mid-range right here. So if you look at me, this is what I would consider mid-range. And this, one of the things a lot of people do wrong here is they try to zoom the whole time. At this range, you can reliably fire without zoom. Sorry, I did pen you. A lot of people zoom in and they actually mess up their turret. So if you watch here, I'm going to get closer. And watch as can you see you should be able to see my gun. Is my gun kind of bouncing a little bit?
Yeah.
Yes. So if you see that, that's because you're too close. And I'm in zoom mode, obviously, so my gun's bouncing because I'm so close that even though my reticle looks pretty good, it's still bouncing in there, trying to get the shot. So when you're that close in, you really miss a lot, and that's one of the problems. Why not use it? Essentially, one of the other things that you need to do when you're in this close combat is obviously know the weak spots of the tanks. He says that auto aim will grab you some weak spots. You'll have to show me that. In fact, I'll turn it on next battle. But when you're in this close, obviously, if you're zooming in, you can see obviously the weak spots. If you're not zooming in, then it doesn't show you those, so you're going to miss a lot when you zoom out. So the ideal thing, and then this is where I'll get law and everything, is to zoom in quickly when you're going around, and then zoom back out. So you kind of like zoom and then zoom out, zoom and zoom out, and all you're doing is checking for the green spots so that you can actually hit the tank. So this is mid-range. Firebird, you must be zooming in because your turret's bouncing all over the place. Okay, so the other thing about like close combat is the tank that you have is extremely important for the determination. So like a medium versus a heavy in close combat, the medium should, in theory, with equally yoked players, win pretty much every time. If it's just those two tanks. So if somebody else, obviously if there's a third shooter and somebody's shooting you from a distance. But really, a heavy, even with few exceptions, a heavy, even with their turret and track traverse, is going to have a hard time keeping up with a medium. So yeah, Law's saying one versus one. So you can see, even him traversing his turret and his tracks, he's having trouble. So there's a couple things you want to do. Let's just take the heavy route here. If you're in a heavy and you've got somebody, a medium or a light, doing a circle of death on you, the best thing to do is back up to some cover. Because what you need to do is stop that guy from getting around you. So he's going to get some shots on you. Keep going. Yeah. Once you get to that cover, I no longer can spin around you. So this is critical for heavy tanks to understand. Because now I've got to actually go into your firing range at some point or another to try to stay around you. Or I've got to go completely around cover. So I'd have to go around this building. And by doing that, it allows you to get another shot on me. So when you're in a heavy tank, absolutely, I would highly suggest going to getting something against your back there. It also makes you a little bit harder to hit. Additionally, obviously tanks themselves, dead tanks, are great for cover too. So if you're ever on a 2-to-1, you can back up into a dead tank or use it as cover. But anything to stop the circle of death if you're in a heavy versus medium. So obviously the flip side of that is if you're in a medium, doing a COD is awesome, and you should be able to stay ahead of the heavy tank. Again, with few exceptions, you don't ever want to try to circle like an FE 215. You're not going to win that circle. That thing's going to turn on you, and it's going to hit you every time. The medium. So, also with a heavy, it's not a bad idea to try to ram the mediums because again, they're going to get away from you. They're going to back up and they're going to go forward. But it's not a bad idea to ram them because you can break their tracks by ramming them. You can also kind of push them and slow them down so that they've got to get their torque to get them going again. When they're actually circling and they're in the open air and they're running, they're going to be extremely fast and hard to slow down. So if you can actually ram them a little bit, it does slow down, and then you can get them. So, and then also the other thing that you want to do is, and I think John's got it pretty good there. The last thing I'll say with the heavy, if you're being COD'd here, in like a brawling situation is you can actually reverse and throw the COD off. So John, come out here in the middle again real quick. 90 seconds. So I'll COD you. Yeah, there you go. So by reversing and traversing, it's not necessarily speeding up but you're throwing off my COD. So see, I'm kind of like trying to get it closer to you now to try to stay there. So there, I'm still staying there. And then now, once I get to this point, you're pretty much toast, right? Once I get past your turret, that's when you got to get some cover in your back, so that I can't. And even see that dead tank, even that doesn't work so great because I can run around here. Same thing goes for TDs also. Obviously, you're pretty much screwed if you're in a TD getting COD'd by a medium. Which, how many games do you guys see end like that? Obviously happens all the time. Since you really don't even have a turret in most TDs except for things like the T30, it's devastating. So that one for sure you want to get in cover and try to angle back and kind of scrape against some cover so that you can bring them out in front of you. It should be pretty good. The idea here is, we're going to be trying to outmaneuver each other, which is what you typically are doing in mediums. And then sometimes some people like to get distance. Some people like to stay really close. It depends on what you think that your competitor is capable of. I personally like to get close if I can and try to stay, and then try to get into cover from other fire. Obviously, in this situation, one-on-one, there'll be no other fire, so there shouldn't be any as long as we kick Steely out. But we'll just do a little quick battle. But another thing is, and this is the last thing I'd mention, is just a lot of times switching up the way that you're moving can really help a lot. So you want to
everyone get over here, like on this little map.
Yeah. So you want to be angling towards them. Obviously people talk about wiggling. Wiggling in close combat is pretty important if you're real close and you have actually the ability to wiggle. And then you want to be keeping an angle at them if possible, like kind of like this angle right here, so that you have a better chance of bouncing your shots. And then a lot of people talk about face hugging. Face hugging is really just if you are huge and you've got extremely hard to pen front, you can actually go right up against another tank and they can't actually pen you in most cases. That's what face hugging is. Obviously with two OBJs, that's not going to work because we can both pen each other's lower plate. So anyway, let's just go in a 3, 2, 1 count, and we'll just go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So, some people like to track them. Others, oh, see, I missed, so I'm already lost.
Yeah, 07. You said go, and you let him shoot you.
I know. It's all good.
That's
So see, he's doing a good job of getting away. So actually, I'm going to try to use that to my advantage and get behind him, which isn't working because he can. But I got an extra shot in there, and I'm not angling very good against him, so just check myself on that one. And then you can see we're down to one shot. Oh, yeah, you got me. So, but that was actually really good because we went dead on. So 32, he's got 32 hit points left. So obviously, if my team's healthy, he's done. So I'm watching Dan and Johnny. Dan, you guys are both doing a good job. Oh, Dan just hit his track. So good one, Dan. But that, if you would have hit his plate there, that was.
I was, yes.
Yeah, I wonder if that pulled you off the middle of his plate. All right, so Steely, you're just shooting everybody, dude. You're just like We'll take him out next time. He's just being a.
No, that's okay. Now I know what the rules are.
Well, it's supposed to be one-on-one. Steely's just shooting everybody.
Yeah, I'll take shots from everywhere.
Steely's one versus the world.
Yeah. It does. It stops you, but you also get a free shot. So there is bonus to it. If it is truly one-on-one and you get tracked, it could actually be a bonus, mild bonus, whereas they lost a shot. However, obviously they can track you in a shot, and that obviously isn't good. They can track you and damage you in a shot if they do it right. But that if you're using your heat, obviously close, you're gonna lose a lot of heat in the tracks. So it just depends on how you're shooting. One, go. Dodge them all.
Who's it between?
Law and the Titan.
I want to see this.
Is everybody fighting, or is it just
No,
just one?
Just them for right now. He's gonna.
Oh, okay.
Right. Dude, don't focus on the phones. Don't be embarrassed.
Oh, got a freebie. So there was that track shot, just for reference. He got a track shot, and he's getting the bounces on the corners, so he's angling against him all the time. So, and that one came down to a reload time.
Dang, boy.
Can I?
So actually, let me pick up some guys in here.
Who's in on tier 9? Come face this guy.
Yep, somebody. So STH versus
Someone get
Dan
on this building right here. You see I'm next to this building. Just get 2 people on this side of the building. And...
Yep, STH and Danaman, you guys are fighting, and then this is Tanks fighting Freiberg.
Building again?
This is Tanks fight Armored Down, and then Steely fight Boobs, and then John fight Fluffy Pink, and then 65 Swiss fight Johnny 275.
Wait.
Of course, I get
You
R.
can back up behind that rock behind you.
Of course, I get RNG.
Yeah, RNG's big deal.
Yeah, they are.
I'm not very good.
Yeah, don't
Okay,
lie,
listen.
dude.
Ooh.
It's RNG. Don't lie, bro.
Oh man, Pat just bounced
When
a
do we
shot.
start?
Just go when you both look at each other.
3, 2, 1, go.
This is an epic battle right here. Look how close it is. Who's gonna win? Oh, Pat
I'm watching Armored, and this is Tanks, so I'm kind of watching you too.
Ooh, yeah, this is gonna be. Oh, he.
So your T-54s, you want to keep that front facing towards them, right? You got
Dude,
a
this is
super
horrible.
bouncy front.
I
Yeah,
need
what you want to
equip this
do
thing.
with this, like a Russian medium is like give them your side, so they're like focused on your tracks, trying to track you, and then just turn it a little bit so it's cornered. So they shoot like your front plate.
Next
while
match
it's
I'm
angled.
using my IS-4. I can't play Mobster 24. I'm literally. It's no equipment and I am terrible in
Oh man, this is Tanks is holding in there. So
Is he really?
turn this. So that was your chance to try to angle on him. All right, so it's
Look at Chicken Wing. He's just completely destroying this other guy.
poor
He
Freiberg.
missed.
Well, he missed there. Bounced off his front.
Here, let me help out the other guy. Now it's all evened up. Oh, a lot of bounces.
A lot of bounces, man. Wow. So that's good though. When you guys are bouncing, that means you're doing it right because you're up against good people here.
Alright, you can do this.
Ooh.
Oh, goes for the ram kill and dies. All right, so
Early with my ram.
well, yeah. Just,
Ooh, you see that?
We're all fighting each other.
I didn't mean to ram you yet. That was my
Yeah.
bad.
Hang on. Don't shoot. So,
Johnny,
so
that's a
sorry,
little
Law.
shot, too.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
okay. So Law go in the middle
Wait, no,
against
somebody then.
Herodis.
Me and Herodis are going at it right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So only Law and Herodis are shooting. So this is important because this is it's a theoretic heavy versus medium.
I didn't shoot.
Oh, they both got FV. Sorry. There we go. So here's the medium versus heavy. Now the difference with an FV is obviously it spins insanely fast.
Yeah,
There you
it's a
go.
little
So
unfair. I want to go.
Dude, Johnny, there's a really good move,
so there. Now the
Alright, me and Galaxy. Let's go, Galaxy.
That was really awesome.
Boobs. So Boobs, you're in versus Law.
Ooh, man.
Come on, Law.
I could beat this. If you guys are looking, see how he's angling, trying to keep his turret. It's the only thing it's seen because he knows his turret's pretty trollish.
Yeah, I'm backwards.
Pretty
Lost
sure.
my sense of direction.
It's like,
3, 2, 1, live.
Okay.
And I missed my shot.
But it,
Ah, the hedge failed. Okay, this is bad.
That was terrible.
And spamming heat.
Good game, Titan.
I'm in the mobile cover, okay?
Oh, we're stealing.
Wow, is that a fast reload?
These two are like in the middle of another fight. Okay, so Herodis, don't shoot it anymore because they're.
Oh, I want to use this one.
Oh, damn.
All I was gonna use is DPM.
65. You gotta keep that turret right up in his face, because he can't pen your turret. You're moving. You're too far back. Get it right in his face. There you go.
Got me good.
you're right behind you.
So the IS-4 should have a one-up on Law there.
Yeah.
Yes. See, because he can't pen your turret, so that face hugging is really effective right now. So he's got to get away from you to hit it. There he goes. Should have a shot on him. There you go. Good job.
Any critiques?
Correct.
4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
And what's firing? What's going on?
Because you got to get him out of cover. So obviously you got 5 minutes to kill one person. So take your time, do it right.
Oh,
No,
God.
what didn't pen?
Oh, first shot, HE man.
Panda's down.
Why
Panda's
does it pen like the lower plate of E50?
Oh, God, Panda.
This is not gonna go well, is it? Rip.
So the E50 is trying to use his new turret against you. It's probably working, so keep angled at him so he can't pen you easy. There you go.
Alright.
Now he's got an easy shot on you.
Shot
Furry, you want to turn towards him, man. You're totally broadside.
miss. Alright, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because he was penning you real easy then. There, he bounced on you, see? Get in
I
there.
swear I like
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa, what kind of armor you got?
So you guys, both y'all are using auto aim because your turrets are totally looking the wrong way. Oh, there, he's got the distance now. He got you.
The IS-7 finally beat a medium. It would have been nice if you would have stuck with the IS-4, but instead you had to go for my throat.
Good job, folks.
Is it the IS-7 versus IS-4 right now?
No, he had the IS-4 and he went to the T-62A battle.
Yeah, so Fry and 65 Swiss are face on
Oh, look at this. This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, they can't pen.
Oh. Bounce.
Hey,
I
try
guess
to
you just-
traverse to the one direction and try to get to the side.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
IS-4 angle so you can shoot his angle. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know you're talking about, please.
Yeah, because you don't have an angle. Oh, there you go. You got it.
I have the gun impression for it.
Yeah, you can also shoot his like right of his gun.
Oh, there you go. IS-7. So if you have nowhere to pen, you can back up real small amount and you can pen him and then go right back into the face hug. He's penning your cheeks.
Yeah, there's like a
Shake,
it's all
shake
clear,
your
but
turret.
Yeah, there you go.
IS-7
Shake.
just back up and shoot.
There
when
you
you're
go.
ready.
Shake that turret. He won't be able to hit it.
Oh, there we go.
Good job. Good job to both y'all.
Yeah, Frybird, when you're like in an IS-7, you gotta keep like
Hey,
your
I wonder if we're all chickens.
armor as straight as possible towards him.